Let me show you how to complete the first configuration on Samsung Galaxy S26. So once you turn on your phone, of course, we're gonna tap on this button that we have in here in order to first choose the language that you want to use on your phone. So in my case, I'm gonna use the English United States over here, and then let's go next. Next, we need to agree to the end user license agreement, and the sending of diagnostic data is optional. And then we're gonna tap on next. You can set up this phone with your previous device if you want to. You can easily copy some settings, accounts, and some other stuff. So if you want to, you can use the Galaxy or Android device if you have an Android or had an Android. And of course, for iPhone, we have the other option. And if you want to perform a clean setup, then of course it is also possible. We just have to tap on setup manually. And this is something that I'm gonna do. Now over here we can connect to a Wi-Fi network, so you should be able to find your Wi-Fi network on this list. If you manage to find it, you can just tap on it and enter the password. You can use the QR code scanner in case you have the Wi-Fi QR code. You can also turn off Wi-Fi, and you can use the mobile data in order to set up the phone, and you can just skip the connection to Wi-Fi process completely. In my case, I'm gonna connect to Wi-Fi. There we go. Now we're gonna tap on next. Then we need to restart our phone because it needs to set up some features and services from your service provider. It's probably not going to happen for all of you, but if the service provider requires you to have those features, then of course, or allows you to use some of these features, then of course your phone needs to restart. Alright, so after restarting, we have the option to connect to mobile networks. If you want to use the mobile data, then of course you can select it, and then you can go ahead and press next. After that, you have the option to copy apps and data. So if you have like some sort of like a backup on your Google account or something like that, then of course in that case you can go next. For once again the clean setup, we can tap on don't copy instead. Then we need to sign into a Google account. Well, maybe need is the wrong word. We have the option to sign into a Google account. You can also create a new account if you don't want to, or if you don't have a Google account, or you don't want to use your Google account. Of course, we can skip this process completely as well. In my case, I'm gonna sign in. After that, we need to choose who will be using this device. In my case, I'm gonna be using this device, so I just have to tap on next, and then we need to agree to Google Terms of Service, and then we can proceed. Next, we have the option to set up the screen lock password and also biometrics. So you can choose a PIN code password or pattern for the screen lock password. And if you want to, you can set up the face recognition feature and the fingerprint sensor as well. If you don't want to do that right now, you can of course still set up the password and biometrics in settings. So you can just tap on skip over here, and then you can confirm that you want to skip anyway. Next, we have some Google services, so we can manage the location if it should be used or not. We can also allow Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning. We can also allow phone number verification, and we can also send the usage and diagnostic data. So of course, I can recommend you going through the list and decide by yourself which options you want to use and which options you don't want to use. And one thing that I can recommend you to do is disabling this option, allow scanning for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, because it is not really necessary to have this option enabled all the time, and this can actually save the battery a little bit when it's not enabled. And whenever your phone requires you to use these features, then of course you will have the option to enable it quite easily. So we're gonna tap on accept after that. And then you can choose if you want to back up your photos and videos, as well as other device data that is listed over here below, with your Google account or Google services. If you want to, you can uncheck one of these things. If something should not be included, then you can decide to turn on the backup. On the other hand, of course, if you don't really need to use backups, then we can tap on don't back up. Then we have the selection of the search engine, so let's go next. And in here, if you don't know which one to choose, if you are not familiar with them, then of course the most popular option is Google, and then we can set as default. For some reason, I didn't have the option to set up the default browser, which should actually appear before the selection of the search engine. So if in your case you have to choose the default browser, then of course, well, you have that option. And if you don't know which one to choose, then I think I can say that you can choose Google Chrome, and then we can of course continue. Then we have some information about Gemini. And we also have the option to set up Hey Google, so the voice command for Gemini, so you can activate Gemini without touching any buttons or touching the screen, just saying the Hey Google command out loud. So if you want to do that, if you want to be able to do that, then of course we can turn it on, and then you will begin the setup, which is pretty straightforward. And if you don't need to use it, then of course tap on no thanks. Then we have the options to sign into a Samsung account. You can sign in with your Google account, so it's pretty easy then. You can also use email or phone number, sign in with a QR code. And if you don't have a Samsung account but you wish to use one, then you can tap on forgot password or don't have an account. So then you can create the account over here. And also if you don't really want to use a Samsung account right now, you can skip that by choosing setup later in settings over here. You have the information of why you might need to use Samsung account, so this pretty much encourages you to use a Samsung account, but you can still skip it if you don't want to do that. Then we have some Samsung services, so you can go through them in order to decide if you want to use them or not, and then you can tap on agree. Then you can choose to use either the light mode or the dark mode on your phone. In my case, I'm gonna stick with the light one. And then let's wait for the next menu. We have some recommended apps that can be downloaded for you. In my case, I usually want to disable everything that we have in here, but some of these apps, of course, some of these Samsung apps are quite nice to use. So of course, you should be able to, well, these are actually updates. So usually you want to make sure that your apps are up to date. So of course we can continue. And we are all set up. So we can tap on home, or if you want to know more about your Galaxy S26, what is new on this phone, then of course you can use that button. In my case, I'm gonna tap on home, and there we go. Now I also have the option to edit SIM names and icons, so of course if you need to do that, then feel free to do so. You can also choose the preferred SIM for calls, for messages, and for mobile data. And there we go. That is pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.